Well, the first season has been really exciting because we got a really big season order of 52 episodes. So we've gotten to cover all of my favorite heroes, and if I'm being honest, a couple that I didn't even know existed. Which has been really, really fun because we're getting some of the like deep cuts on heroes and deep cuts on villains. So it's giving me an excuse to go back and read a bunch of comics in addition to the ones that I grew up with and the ones that I already know and love. And then part of the fun for me has been that in this world, Wonder Woman has all of the traits that she has always carried, but then there's a little bit of ass kicking that's been a blast that we've just kind of been enjoying letting her have a good time being a hero, and that's been really fun for me.
The scripts were pretty much, standard 1, 2, 3, 1 act, 2 act, 3 acts, and it was way too much for us to actually pull in for 11 minutes. So what we realized, you cut out the opening. If there's an introduction of anything, try to get rid of it if you can and just start close into the second act of everything, because generally most of these episodes play out almost like an end and a beginning of a third act. I mean, the end of a second act into a third act. And that's basically, because of the time issue. Plus, we don't have time to sit there and ponder much.
Well, I think that's sort of the beauty of the show, and that was sort of the big idea going in. I feel like so many people are so aware of DC Comics and the lore and the backstory and the exposition. This is not about that. So you kind of have a basic idea of who these characters are, and then let's just get right to the meat of things and sort of start digging in. And let's save the world right away, right? We don't have time to waste when we're saving the world.
When these characters are in a relationship, they've already been in a relationship, and they're going to continue to be in a relationship. So if she's friends with Batman, she's been friends with Batman, and we don't have to remind you that she is. They can just be in the relationship that they're in. And there's such a variety of characters coming through that there are different relationships with each of those characters, and some of them are more friendly, and some of them are more nurturing. And, we sent her on a date and gave it a try to see how that would go. And to be able to see those other parts of life, that it makes the world that much more full. And it's just amazing that we can do it in such a short amount of time. And I think it's because we have that time constraint that it's like, let's just dive in and not explain it. Let's just live through it, which is really fun.
Do you have any previews that you can share with us as far as the upcoming episodes?
Yeah, we got a Mr. Mix Pitlick, and it's hard to say, and Gorilla Grodd together, or they're not together, they're fighting at odds, but they get involved in the middle of something, and there's going to be quite a bit of Booster Gold showing up all at once, and there's a great one with Booster and Green Arrow, where they're stuck on an island, which Arrow thinks it's the island where he first learned to shoot arrows, but he gets lost through a storm, and inadvertently meets up with Booster Gold, who was supposed to be at the Watchtower on duty, but he's been missing for a few days. So Batman asked him, well, if you can veer off and try to find Booster. So once he gets there, it's a mess.